Fastidia shows up, then you have an excuse to throw a bunch of Remobras at us. Elder Dragon, Remobras love Elder Dragons. They follow them everywhere.
That's fair. What's also fair is that we are live. Welcome back, everybody, to some Dungeons and Dragons Monster Hunter Edition with me and my lovely crew here. Where we last left off, they had just fought a Zamtrios that Elliot fished up after they accidentally chummed the water. And yeah, so they promised not to do more fishing. Then they talked to a head, got some answers, got more questions, and now they just know somebody has infiltrated like every place that they know.
Trust no one, not even yourself.
For all you know, that person could be part of your guys' crew.
Okay,
maybe I'm playing the long con. Mid's already betrayed you once. How do you know Mid's a dragon?
Well, I had a thought.
You guys look at Mid and tell me he wouldn't betray you guys again. Not the other Mid.
It's not my turn.
Yeah, we would get
Elliot's
betrayed.
turn.
Wait, my turn to betray you all?
Well, he couldn't do it.
I don't have the strength.
I don't know. He did stab our teammate in our Sunday game.
Well, it's not that. He'd tell us before doing it.
Oh gosh, dang it! I hate you for that. I hate that I do that.
It is a great habit of yours, Profile. I love it.
Listen, if I'm an intruder, I'm just like, I'm robbing you.
Everybody better get out! I have a gun!
Well, yes, I am robbing you, but it's not what you think.
I need this money. Like, I promise. But no, so you guys have talked to the head. You guys have more free time. You guys have a couple days aboard this ship. What do you guys want to do?
Halfway into day 2 and Yerva's utterly bored.
I was gonna say, Argus, don't you have a thing to say?
Well, Argus is probably gonna, Argus is probably gonna spend. When did we talk to the severed head? Was that like afternoon, morning?
So you guys left in the afternoon, got a long rest, and probably woke up. You probably talked to it more in the morning time.
Okay.
Like before noon.
Yeah. Argus is probably gonna spend a good amount of the day, like while he's just doing stuff. He's like idly. He's gonna try and think about like what we as like a group really should do about the information that we have newly received. Like he's gonna try and like think of like what our next course of action is, because he knows that we have to step very carefully to avoid like messing stuff up.
We should probably talk with I forget her name, the one where the shrines were in the commission.
Ihane?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because she was there when the other Tiamat experiment happened.
Yeah.
Which is now news to you, Vel.
Yeah.
You know now, so that probably flavors your opinion of Ihane.
Yeah.
But that also explains to you why she never touched the Tiamat shrine. She kept the other ones nice, but she never touched that one.
I do think that Ihane is gonna definitely have to be our like sort of like our like saving grace for this, in terms of like actually like finding out how to get this information to who needs it without like with all the extra stipulations and other stuff we have to deal with regarding information.
We can't even tell the crazed head because they might feel.
But
Well, what's funny is the head can learn nothing. So that head, you talking to it, that head will not remember that.
No. I mean the head of the Helix Commission.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Yeah,
You can't trust him with nothing.
yeah, no. Flight
Flight D. Eisenhower.
Flight is a bird brain.
Eisenhower.
No, that's his real name, Flight D. Eisenhower.
But yeah,
The
you said it's been
Americacra.
You said it's been a new day.
So you used to speak with Dead in the morning of this day before noon.
Yeah.
No! Oh no! Ban attacking.
So banning stuff is typically not for D&D. Just before you spend money on it, that's for my normal gameplays. Like if people want to ban me from attacking or ban me from doing certain stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's not for D&D. I
wondering about that.
specifically have D&D on the ones for D&D.
Oh, thank you. Like,
God damn it, Dragon Man.
Like I appreciate the hustle and the idea, but it's not fair. I won't put punishment on other people like that. Like I will deal with that on my own. I understand, Dragon. I'm sorry. But
yeah. Okay. Still the same day.
yes.
So we're not at 3 days out of 7. We're still at 2.
Well, you spent like 3 days on the mainland before getting here.
Yeah.
So you're actually at like 4 or 5. Like 4. We'll say 4. Well, you missed
Okay.
a day, so... And they said weekish. They didn't say, like, you had to be
Yeah.
there
No.
exactly,
For my
so-
growing thing. For my
Oh,
growing
yeah, okay,
thing.
okay.
But,
Yeah. It.
sorry.
No, go on.
I guess whenever he has the time, Argus is probably just gonna kind of find somewhere like quiet to sit down, like a somewhere where it's not too busy, not a lot of people running back and forth, and just kind of like probably take out like a journal, or if he has any sort of like anything to write in, out and just start like first of all writing down the information he learned early this morning, but also kind of writing down his thoughts and possible ideas of what courses of action there are to really deal with this.
How long do you do that for?
I mean, I'd say he probably gets pretty deep into it, so he'll probably sit there for like he'll probably help out a bit on the ship first, and that, but after like things I assume sort of settle down a bit, he'll kind of just keep to himself for like an hour or 2 hours, however long it takes him to kind of just mull this stuff out and kind of go over it, get it sort of organized.
And Mike, you said this was a second-ish day on sea? Day and a half?
Technically, yes, because you guys got away from the dragon and like the Order of the Chromatic, and you guys got here in the afternoon. Then you guys like took a long rest overnight, and then it's morning. So like half a day to a day.
So, throughout the morning, probably shortly before that whole fish frog, you would have noticed that Nirva is excited to see the ocean because it's something new, something she's never seen before. But now that we're getting near the end of the day, you see Nirva go to running laps around the ship, and now she's just hanging up on the mast, just like a large cat, just sitting there, just watching.
Yeah.
The thing about the ocean, it's a whole lot of ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, it is all the H2O.
I think Niava, you're the one that really notices that, for like 10 minutes every hour or so, the captain will like jump off the front of the ship and go to that chair that was there.
Mm.
Why is there a chair on there?
Yeah.
He made a seat in the like front of the.
Don't forget about the cat.
Probably after an hour of sitting on the mast for doing nothing but staring blankly, she'll notice the captain does it a few times and when he's not doing it. Actually, when he is doing it, she'll go down with him. Just follow him, cling to the boat.
He kind of looks at you, but you see he spends the time almost in like a meditative state where he's like eyes are closed, but it's like he's looking for trouble still.
Mm.
And just like does that for a short time, and then goes back up and like continues helping out on the own ship.
As Nirpa watches him go up, she'll go and sit in the chair for a bit, trying to figure out what he was doing.
Oh no! I'm the captain now.
Also, slightly
me.
related question: Does Norva have like second eyelids, like some reptiles or like birds have?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, she can swim underwater. And,
Yeah.
you know, have eyelids so you don't have leaves hurt your eyes.
Yeah. Built-in goggles. Mm.
Dragons, I think, in D&D regular have 3 or 4 eyelids.
Nothing happens to Nyorba when she sits in the chair?
No. It's
Is it a
just,
comfortable chair?
She's bigger than the captain, and not to mention it doesn't look like it was built to be comfortable, more just built to have a spot at the front of the ship.
And I'm assuming there's just no bottom.
No bottom to the ocean?
Yeah, there's no ground floor.
Yeah, no, you don't see anything below you.
Nirva stares
Well,
into the abyss for a little while.
I think you see lights and distance, like randomly, but nothing close enough that you see shape.
Nirva just stares into the abyss for a little while.
The abyss stares back at you.
I hope not.
Let's. Yeah.
Warning: You are entering the ecological dead zone. Turn back now.
Yeah. Oh wait, do we have the leftover Zamtrio stew or whatever concoction?
Oh yeah, that is still like what's left is still like being messed with and added to and subtracted to.
Oh, oh, it's a perpetual stew.
Listen, soup always tastes better the next day.
Oh, actually, if she's doing a perpetual stew, Elliot is taking notes. Because why not? Maybe Elliot will make a
So-
perpetual stew.
Kind of hard to carry a perpetual stew in the field with you, but you know.
Mobile pot.
So the pot hasn't been washed in years.
Maybe. You don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they could clean the pot. They just take it out of the container, clean the container, put it back in.
I mean,
It also just might be a new perpetual stew that she made recently.
and also, I mean, technically, the thing about perpetual stews is like they are in a way they are self-sanitizing because they
The
don't
heat.
the heat
Yeah, they-
kills off bacteria and they keep it hot, so it
As
doesn't.
long as it's
get
above
advanced.
135 degrees Fahrenheit, it's perfectly safe. Yes, I know the danger zone. It's like above 135, below 35, or 41. Below 41, I'm wanted. Yeah, below 41. Had to resync my brain up to work knowledge.
Don't let the thinking hurt you too much, but
I unfortunately it's too late. D&D has started my brain. All of these
Oh.
evil plans. You have no idea. Does Violet Mitsu have swim speed?
it's a Mitsu, so I'd imagine.
How paying attention are you, Elliot?
To take. Maybe. I mean, I would be semi-paying attention to Stu, but doing other stuff along the way to keep his mind sharpened.
You're under deck then?
I'm where this fish
He-
is.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
below deck.
I'm below deck.
Are you
Hovering.
above deck, Senma?
I'm in the room.
Alright. So Argus is the only one above deck.
I mean, if if there's a quiet enough place above deck, yeah. If it's a bit busy up here, he's probably below deck. But I'd say since
There's
Van,
probably a quiet enough place like back here.
yeah.
Like you're at the back of the ship, nobody can walk up on you, so you can see everything.
Yeah, Argus is very much like not really paying attention to much around him. Like he'll look up now and then, but he's very much kind of like absorbed in writing down stuff right now, and just kind of it's fairly obvious that he's definitely thinking. Like he has that old man sitting in a recliner chair, like just thinking about stuff. Sorta
Oh dear,
around him.
his greatest weapon.
So, probably less than an hour goes by, but you haven't noticed Nerva in a while, Argus.
Oh no, it's like when you have children and it's been quiet for an hour. You're like, oh no.
That's the worst.
Guess, yeah. Every now and then, Argus will kind of like look up and see if he can see anyone else from the group around. I assume so. Nerva doesn't seem to be above deck, and Val and Elliot are below deck, and also Joanne is fighting her demons.
Still fighting those ancestral demons.
Yeah.
Seasickness, worst enemy on the sea.
Boy, if something is trying to track you, that line of green from your ship back to the coastlands.
Line of dead fish.
I imagine Argus probably would notice that Nerva specifically, like he's not seeing her around, mostly because Nerva doesn't seem the type to like the below deck sort of cramped, claustrophobic sort of atmosphere.
You know that anytime you see Nerva, when she isn't walking somewhere, she's usually up high somewhere.
Yeah. He's gonna check over his shoulder.
Nothing there.
Okay. But I guess I'm gonna roll a D2 and see whether right now he's concerned enough to think if Nerva is like up to no good or not, or just kind of actually like I don't know. Yeah. One, he'll actually like look around to. Yeah, no. He's. Argus, like for a second, she's probably like kind of wondering where Nerva could have gotten off to, but like on a ship, he knows that anywhere she could be, there's not really much places for her to go. So
you would think so.
At least, he's not worried right now. If anything, he probably thinks she's like eating, catching some fish or something, like just in kind of on the side of his ship, singing the fish or something.
in the shark-infested waters, yeah.
Yeah,
Since none of them know or care about where you are, would you like to tell me?
Whenever the captain will go down to check the chair, I think.
Okay, so at like the top of the hour, let's say about noonish, he goes down.
He would find Nerva on his chair, not moving, claws dug into the chair and staring into the deep.
Oh my gosh, he never came back up. He just speaks underwater because he does have, he can speak underwater because it's a general rule that my DM had, which I will also give to you guys. If you guys can breathe underwater, you can speak underwater. It sounds weird, like people might not recognize your voice, but it makes sense. And he calls out to you, Nerva, and he's like, are you okay?
Nerva slowly turns her head back to him and says, Where's the ground?
He sighs. He's like, it's down there. It's just think of it as a reverse mountain, and we're at the top. It goes
Shouldn't
for
we be at the
miles and
bottom?
miles.
I
You're
would
not
rather-
down there, Zenma. Shush.
I would
Finn
rather
is not a smart man.
I feel like I could fall. Like I'm falling into the sky.
You very well could. That's why it's safer for you up on top of the ship.
Right.
All manner of creatures live down there, more than live in the sky combined.
Right.
It's why I come down here to get a sense of what's around us.
Right. Nerva tries to move, and doesn't.
I think he very much like grabbing a cat, like will try to pick you up because you're much lighter underwater, and just gently pull your claws off of his chair, and like slowly pull you back up onto the ship. You can make a contested roll against him if you want.
Oh no. This is Nerva was frozen down there. She's never not seen the ground.
Yeah.
It's like when a cat's staring out the window and they see like a bird and they're just staring, just completely fixated.
And he pulls you up on the dock. And did we ever calculate your weight?
Yeah.
I believe we did. Let me make sure he can. Oh yeah, no. When he gets you up on board, he still is carrying you just fine.
He hits the gym.
He's a strong rabbit. As he kind of sets you in front of your nearest ally, which I think is the only one on dock is August, and said, "Here, she got a little skittish under the water. Seems to have not realized the ground would not be below us immediately." And he kind of like pats you on the head, and he turns and walks off.
When he sets her down, her claws are still extended.
Yeah.
Argus is just gonna kind of put down his book for a second, just kind of look at Nerva.
I was fine.
I imagine this is a new experience to you.
It just caught me off guard. I was fine.
Well, yeah. We might not see the ground for might be another day or two before we do. Well, I can't exactly offer you much comfort, but well, it's we're not in danger here, or at least not in any more danger than we'd be at land right now. It might seem scary, but well, simply a different world out here almost. What you come to expect on land is vastly different out in the sea.
Right. I've swum in the lakes before. I just thought it would be the same.
You'd think so. He'll kind of give a slight grin. Well, it's, the ocean is as vast as the sky, and, well, much more. Well, we know much less about it.
Oh, I didn't save my Jormungandr stats. I have a book of legendary dragons that have Jormungandr in there. I have the book behind me, but I would never run it from the book. Like, I like to have stats so you guys can see the rolls and see that they're the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that I believe people would not believe me, it's just that's what I prefer. Page 50. Let's see. Go ahead, though.
Yeah. I've traveled quite a bit in my time, but this isn't my first time seeing the sea. But despite how different it is still it's very much a natural part of this world. Sea is very important. I've been to a few seaside villages. They live off the sea as much as you or I would live off the land. It's very, very strange environment when you really think about it, but there's nothing to fear that, well, you wouldn't be afraid of on land.
Right. I think I've seen things like that, frog before. They're not that tough. If that's all that's out here, we'll be fine.
Argus will he will not elaborate on whether that's all that's out here or not, but
Don't worry. Obviously, that's all that's out here.
Right, so... Okay. I'm just gonna go, be bored over here. Then she shakes off like a dog and walks over to the barrels. Sits in the highest barrel.
Yeah. If I could jump in real quick. After Neorva leaves, Ellie just kind of comes up from below with a bowl in hand with some weird oddities, random meats and bones, and just kind of looks around, goes up, like, oh, Argus just kind of looks over to you, if you're busy or not, Argus.
Argus will probably already be kind of like nose deep in his notes, but he'll kind of peek up.
Oh, sorry, seeing you're in the middle of something, but have you seen Neorva? I got some leftovers from Devlu, including some weird aquatic marsupials remains. I'm not gonna question it. Do not question the chef.
I want you to know, Devlu, Mid, is a kobold. So.
Well, the captain just, well, brought Neorva back up. It seems she had been, well, a bit unnerved by how vast the sea is, but I believe she went somewhere towards the lower part of the deck.
Oh, so I might have just went right past her. Gotcha. Oh, so yeah, about the sea. Just kind of looks over the edge. Just all blue. Nothing else. Yeah, I wouldn't stare down that deep. You know what I mean? It might captivate you. In a bad way.
Just a somnicant waving from below. But no.
That's even... Who knows? There might be a Zormagdra below us.
There might be a Dire Morales below you.
Might be an Alatreon below you. Us.
Yeah, but thanks for the information, and Elliot will just spend like the next few minutes like searching for Neorva before seeing her on the barrel. It's like, hey Neorva, I got something for you.
Neorva lifts up her head and looks at Elliot.
There, you just see a bowl, and you smell decaying raw meat.
Decaying?
Or, I don't know, I wouldn't say decaying, not decaying, just raw meat. In a assortment of such. Like bits, scraps, maybe a bone or two in there.
Oh.
Yeah, so Deval had some more leftovers, and not to throw them away and such because it might draw attention. So, just here, you might have them.
You lift a bowl up to her?
Yeah, I go to place it like right next to her or something. Yeah. Just set it on one of the nearby barrels, same level.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
If you look, were you looking at Nerva when she said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked painful.
Oh, I hate you, man.
Hey, I know what Mid was doing, even if he
jeez.
did it subconsciously.
Well, I was intentionally consciously, but he didn't do it. If you had lifted
Nice.
the bowl up for Nerva to take, she'd have just eaten it out of your hands.
No. No, he is not getting this. He's too smart.
Watch
I
your
ain't-
fingers.
Yeah, I know to watch my fingers also.
He's too smart. No, officer, we did break the laws, but I'm kidding. I love you in my games, Cool Fire. Please don't change.
Yeah, I'm not. Unless I-
Like
unless
we're
I
a
get-
joke and stuff, but
yeah, unless I get head trauma, then I ain't changing. Or if I hit
Good.
puberty.
anyways,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Elliot will
so-
go back to doing whatever he was doing. Taking notes. Maybe if a random, seagull comes around as he's walking, he just shoots it. Which I was honestly thinking, and he takes it down to the bowl.
I got something else for the stew.
Yeah. Sea
He's like,
rats.
"Oh, excellent! I was looking for one of those."
Yeah, it's just it is a seagull with maybe like a half-eaten fish.
I want you to know she is I think it's from Vault of Spy of Secret, but a gastro the cooking wizard.
Oh.
I don't have her stats. I just know from my game she's supposedly a cooking wizard. So
I will also expend a round just cause I feel like it's funny.
but
Oh yeah, I would like to check what's in the bag of holding.
okay. So in the bag of holding, you guys see you probably see like his non robe outfit that he was wearing, like the typical more standard set of commoner clothes. You probably find a random potion of some kind, and you probably find 500 gold worth of gold.
Ooh.
Wasn't there some diamonds in there as well?
Oh yeah, and the 300 diamonds worth of revivified material.
I think it has to be a
300 diamonds?
No, the worth,
You said
the 300 gold worth.
Diamond
Oh,
work
okay.
for into GP.
No, he's not
Um,
building up a whole bunch of diamonds to put the jeweler's market out of business.
Oh, that's good. We can.
Yeah, you
I
guys
have
get
Revivify
one
is really good.
revivify. And banning mid. It's funny, I can purge what you said, and I'm pretty sure that would demod you, so that's why I'm not doing it. That's why I've never timed you out or purged you mid. It's because it will demod you, then I have to remod you, and it's just not worth the effort.
It's more work.
Yeah,
than-
exactly.
I feel the power.
But yeah. So you check that out. You see what's in there. What else have you been doing, Val?
Oh, damn. Honestly, Val is very bored right now. like she's the relief from her knowing that her sect is not totally involved in everything that's been going on. Gives calm to her soul right now, but there's not much a lot there's not a lot that she wants to do or that she's willing to do right now. Because obviously she's not gonna help with the ship.
Oh no, that's for peasants.
Yeah, and
Do they at least
We
have
cut to August helping move some rope and stuff. And
I'm helping in the kitchen, adding the sea rats.
what's funny, the 2 non-dragons are the ones helping cook and work, and the 3 dragons are either sick or lazing about.
The like typical dragons, like, oh dear, all the feathers. Wait,
Just as expected.
does Deval put the feathers in the stew?
No, she probably plucks it just because feathers could be used elsewhere.
Okay.
They're good.
You gotta have pillows at sea.
Yeah, they're good. They're good for flavor, but you gotta use them elsewhere as well.
Yeah, we're having feathered pillows tonight.
Does the crew ever need the box that Mirva's sitting on?
I think for the most part it's like extra. Like maybe once somebody comes up, but when they see that you're on it, they kind of like they politely ask you if they can get into it.
She grumbles and eventually gets off the box and goes for another walk.
Yeah, they open it up. They get what they need from there.
And probably smells the kitchen.
I think it's probably at this point that the captain comes up from one of his like periodic things, and he calls out commands for everybody to pull all of their lines in, like, and to get all their lines from the water in.
Oh no! Oh no! Wait! Oh wait! Are we able to have taken a short rest or no?
Yeah,
Well,
you
we took a long rest, didn't we?
You
We
took
get
a
the
long
short
rest
in the
earlier,
course of
but
this journey.
yeah,
After
you get
the,
2 during the course of journey. So you can choose, but you only get 2. Like all of you guys don't have to take them at the same time.
I am taking one because I am low on HP.
I know I hit you hard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh,
hit
yeah.
me. Ugh.
Elliot got turned into a chew toy.
I'm doing 3.
Hold on, wait. Let me check something.
Oh, the cooking utensils.
Wait. As part of a short rest, you confer.
Oh,
I think what I have to do. Yeah, my chef fee. I think I would have to take a short rest.
Yeah.
oh, I have my own cooking utensils. So as part of a short rest, you can create a tasty meal. So honestly, I would have done that. Made a snack for myself. Just regain that 3 more hit points.
Some seagull jerky.
God. Oh, baby, yeah.
Hey, chicken jerky is a thing, so you know.
Sea rat jerky.
So people are pulling the lines, and Argus is gonna
Yep.
obviously put his stuff away. But does it look like it's a does Finn look particularly off-put or?
He looks like he has a sense of urgency, but he doesn't look too worried. If that makes sense, like it's almost like this thing has happened before, but it's important to get it done quick.
Okay, I guess if there's any lines that aren't being pulled in near Argus, he'll help pull it in. But
Mirva will go up the mast again.
Dude, that's gonna be a perfect view for what's gonna happen. Don't worry, mid.
I guess Argus is gonna probably make his way to the lower deck.
Oh, does Deval come up with a tray or something to get offerings for the perpetual stew?
People just
No,
kind of
fuck.
file in when they're hungry, but
No, to take stuff for the fish
Oh,
net.
they're
have-
pulling it in whether there's fish in them or not.
Okay.
Gotta have an elms box for the perpetual stew.
Yeah, exactly.
The offering box.
But it's when all the lines are in for about 10 minutes, and that's how far ahead they were, how quick they were. Nova, you see it first. You see a slight wave on the top of the ocean, not a large one, and then you just see a shadow under you guys.
How big is the shadow? I mean, I
Um,
can't see it from the room, but as long as-
You can't see it. Who all is on the deck of the ship? I know
Argus
Nova.
the
August is.
If Duvall didn't need any other help, then I'd imagine
Okay. So
Elliot is as well.
you three see just it where there was blue water directly under you. There was just a shadow now.
How big is this shadow?
Yeah.
If I had to put a size on it and don't attack it because I don't have stats for it, you guys would just die. It is easily gargantuan size. Like, it's true gargantuan size. Like, it would need a new size above gargantuan. Just
Yeah, it's
below
basically
you.
Not
Well,
token
just-
representation, but
gargantuan. Then it's just it's
Gargantuan
like,
plus.
yeah, it's like it's like basically 5 by 5 or more.
I guess
Sure.
Argus is gonna kind of seeing this massive shadow. He's gonna kind of look to Finn worriedly for a second, just kind of like probably like give him that look of like, what is that? But like,
Well, yeah, bigger.
He's
is
like,
hard than
there's
the-
there's many things, and I think you can vaguely hear him because he's not being quiet. He's like, there's many things in the oceans that live deeper down that we don't know, and sometimes they approach the surface. I just keep a scent out for them. We try not to have any lines down, so if they are intelligent, they don't get offended by us. And we just kind of let them by as much as possible.
so Nerva gets a good idea of how big it is, right?
Yes.
From way up high.
Yep.
You can see it on both sides of the ship.
Yep. You can see it on all 4 sides of the ship.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Not really looking at Argus. Not really thinking about it. She'll shout down in Draconic. I think you lied.
I'm gonna accidentally give Nerva my Thalassophobia.
I imagine I hear this as like,
Nerva wasn't being quiet either.
yeah, just look up in Draconic. Lied about what?
Nerva doesn't respond, just continues to stare it down.
It takes about a minute of it swimming for it to start to clear the ship.
has the ship like?
It raves and stuff, like a little bit of turbulent raves, but nothing like going to knock people off or anything.
Yeah.
Like, it's more like just the whipple of something like big. You probably feel the whipple, Val, in the ship, but that's the most you like see. You don't. There's not like glass down there, so you won't see anything.
Argus is probably just gonna.
Dragon said something great in chat. The best part is it's the baby form.
Argus is just gonna, I guess, like ask like, Elder Dragon.
From what I understand of the older dragons of this land, these lands, it could be something from other lands too. I've seen a great number of beasts in my times on the sea. You guys tend to have your standardized creatures. Some of them leak over.
Does Nerva have any idea what it was?
Oh yeah.
No,
I was gonna ask.
it was too deep for you guys to get details.
Okay,
You just
yeah,
saw black.
yeah. Blurry shadow. Okay.
Yeah.
I was
Would she have heard stories from her parents of such things? Or they've been too
You
far
can
away?
roll me a history. You might have heard rumors of something.
No.
No.
far away.
would I have known anything because book savvy like I am.
Again, I'd let you roll maybe, but it's gonna be extremely
died.
high.
Oh, Mike.
What?
Mike?
What? I'm here. What? I hear.
You cut out halfway.
Mike, yeah,
You
Mike.
cut out.
Am I losing frames on my stream? Okay, my stream is slightly dying. So my internet is freaking out because of the storm. Good thing this is being recorded.
Yeah.
But, so I can still, you guys can hear me right now, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was gonna say, like, I didn't hear your response.
You can, but it's gonna be extremely high DC.
And I have a question. Is it just like purely a shadow, or is there any semblance of like glow in the ocean?
The pure shadow.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna use my inspiration once per session because that's a nat 1. Actually, I'm just gonna reroll it. Listen.
Okay. Unfortunately, you haven't heard of anything.
Ah. Sad. Sad.
I had a DC in my head, but
Oh wait, I have one more chance. Budget. I am. They're different sources. Fate touched. Third time's the charm. Please.
Yes.
Nope.
Oh. Lady
So-
Luck is not on my side.
yeah,
Tried to
unfortunately
thump
not.
really hard. It didn't work.
Think, Elliot. Think, but nope. Ugh. Sad. I was gonna say maybe even won a goal, make an important discovery.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I want you to know it would have been very, very near impossible for you to have known.
Like I'm at 30 DC.
yeah,
30.
like a DC 30.
Oh no, I couldn't even make it.
Yeah, well, who knew if you had
Not 20. Or...
nat 20? Maybe you had other bonuses I didn't know about.
No, nope. That's I have +2 from history because of an item, but nope.
I hate that. I'm just watching my lack of frames.
Elliot whimpers. Aw.
That's basically how I feel.
Argus just well Argus is I would imagine Argus has heard like stories from like people who frequent the sea more than him of like like big creatures in the sea like
Yeah.
like your devil of the sea, the Lagiacris, or like
Yeah.
other stuff, or even like larger but like whales, or like even the rare
What you
Satan
just saw
fighting.
below you could eat any of that.
Yeah.
If it wanted to, of course. It couldn't, maybe not.
Yeah.
Want to.
But Argus is is this sort of thing something you see often? Can't help but notice you're not quite as unnerved by it. You don't.
It's
Is it not a danger? to us?
it's not so much that we see it often. I have a good sense of smell for these creatures underwater. And as long as I keep track and maintain distance of them, they tend not to be harmful to us. And as long as we stay calm and we don't aggress them, again, they stay mindful of us, but they stay away. We just pull our lines in on the off chance that it's deep enough that it would harass them.
Have you ever sighted one of these or something of this?
I've seen many a sea beast that don't live in the oceans around your lands, and I personally have not seen something that size, like on the surface, but it's I've seen other gigantic creatures like that.
Well, at the very least, at least this is something in the ocean, not, well, on land. I feel, well, I feel there's a bit more comfort in not knowing what that is.
Yes, I completely agree. The land has enough creatures upon it to have us worried anyways. That's why I prefer to stay out in the ocean. It's better not to know. And you get the look of him. It's almost like he says that, but it's almost like he does know to an extent. Like, he might not have seen creatures like that, but... And hey, look, my internet seems to have cleared up.
Nice.
I'm not dropping frames like hella bad. I'm gonna leave that up there just in case. But... Yeah, so that shadow, after you guys' conversation, the tail end of the shadow finally leaves you guys behind as it swims past you. And Dragon, I completely agree. Fuck the ocean.
Yeah. Argus is probably, as we, well, is this thing passing behind us, or is this thing like swimming faster than us ahead of us, or
No, it passed underneath you to behind you. Like it,
Okay.
you don't get a good yeah, it's going again. You don't get a good sense of speed from it.
Yeah. Argus is going to, I guess, just like as we pass by this thing, or this thing passes by us, just kind of stare out into the ocean at this thing. Like, I mean, he's probably seen like what on land would be considered a large creature, like something like
Yeah.
some fruit wyverns or something, but like something of this magnitude is completely like alien to him.
Yeah.
Like even like the stories of elder dragons he's heard, like even then, like there are very, very, very few elder dragons that are even described in like even in rumor to be as large as this.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, the only one that jumps to mind is the...
Well, nobody else is looking. You ever climbs down the mast, decides to go inside the ship.
that goes to your guys' room, like, I'm done now.
He'll just,
Uh-oh.
oh, dream
Yep.
died.
Yep, hopefully it restarts. If it doesn't, I'm at least recording, as long as you guys can hear me.
Yeah.
Yep.
That should be good enough. It looks like it restarted itself. So hopefully that figured itself out, but we'll see, I doubt it.
Nerva will follow her nose to the kitchen for some comfort.
If we have to end early, I am game to go next week as well, since Luca can't make either. Just as a heads up.
It'll be what it has to be.
Yeah. Because I don't want to short people on games, and that would end up a slightly longer game.
I'm
total.
okay either way.
Yeah.
It's I mean, we're still going okay for now.
Yeah, we are. I'm just hate doing that to stream. But anyways, yeah, you go down, you see Devlu like storing a big old pot that's like big enough that she could hide in if she wanted to, and that it's like braced into the counter so that it's not shifting or anything. Yeah.
Is
So
there any meat sitting on the counter somewhere?
there's probably like, especially the bits of the seagull she's not using is sitting on the counter still. Had not been trashed yet.
So as she pokes her head into the kitchen, she'll notice it and try to sneakily grab it.
And it's very much that typical cartoon cat with like your hind end is high up in the air, and you're just stealthing forward. You're expecting there to be grass and stuff around. That's what you're used to stealthing in. No greenery whatsoever. You stand out like a sore thumb. And yeah, you sneak up. She looks dead at you as you slowly reach a clawed hand up on the counter.
Your little freeze.
And she kind of just takes another wooden utensil and just kind of scrapes the leftovers towards you, like off the counter, so that you could catch it.
Before it goes off the counter, she'll use her own claw and kind of pull it to her mouth and slowly sneak back.
Yeah, and she's like, all you have to do is ask. No one goes hungry on Devlu's ship.
Yes, but it's not fun that way.
She smiles and she just keeps stirring.
How long will it take for that to be done?
It's what us cooks like to call perpetual stew. It's never always, it's never completely done. We just add to it and subtract from it.
I think I made a few meals for myself for the party once. I think they liked it.
Hey, any meal they eat is one they enjoyed.
Right. I took all these small mammals and I turned them inside out to use their skins as a casing. I made sausages.
Oh, excellent idea.
I just stuffed the bodies back into the inside out skin.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, some of the less scaly folks, they can't digest bones like we can.
That's the best part. They're crunchy.
They are, but small bones, they don't crunch them as well as they should, and they get caught in their throats.
That sounds like a skill issue.
You ever actually say that?
Well, you know, some of them they just aren't used to it like we are. It's like the captain, he doesn't eat meat at all.
That's strange.
Or at least not intentionally.
That's strange. I think
It
aren't
does-
you supposed to... Is that
doesn't
not
s-
healthy?
No, his species can live on just plant life and such. He just it doesn't sit right with him. He ends up giving back more than he takes in.
Ah. Well, more for us then.
Yeah, as long as just, I hope the trip goes by smoothly and that nothing happens that the captain might have to take in and chew some meat up. She just goes back to cooking.
Everybody's confused by that statement, but won't question it further.
I love laying like little teasers that just confuse you guys for no reason.
I mean, I know why as a person, but...
Yeah, but still, it's still fun for the characters not to know.
Right.
But I think I think it's uneventful for a little bit. Once the shadow's gone, they cast back out the fishing nets and lines. Then they get back to work like almost twice as fast just to maintain, like just to catch up on that short time they were forced to take breaks. So after that, do you guys talk to each other? Vel never came up during that time, so Vel doesn't know like what happened. Do you guys like talk to each other after that, or it's just like, well, we wanted a ship, that's what we got?
Nerva will walk her way through the underbelly of the ship and probably find Vel's room at some point by smell. And, Vel, is the door locked? Zenma?
Hold on. I'm trapped beneath my cat.
Cat.
Turns out there was a displacer cat in that bag of holding.
Can you hear me from here?
Yes,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can.
We can hear you.
Okay. Can you repeat the question, please?
Was the door to your room locked?
No, I mean we all share it, right?
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nerva finds where Ravel is and just walks in without knocking. Then just goes and sits down in the middle of the room staring at Vel.
Anything troubling you, my leash?
There was a shadow under the ship. It was bigger than the ship.
Oh shit.
It just keeps going down.
Well, that's the ocean for you.
I think
Lots of
I like lakes more than oceans, I think.
that must have been either an elder dragon or
Or something.
do whales exist in our
Yeah,
world?
yeah.
Or a whale?
I mean, Nerva wouldn't know what a whale is.
It's a well
Never
good
lived her life
time,
in
let
the
me
forest.
just say.
In a landlocked forest. It's I'm just going to sit here for a while.
Make yourself comfortable.
What time is it about?
It's probably like 3 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Tell me, Yorba, what would you do when you become an adult? How big were your parents?
A bit bigger than me. I'm still growing, but not too much. A few more feet.
On a scale from tiny to gargantuan.
Adult is large.
I know.
Okay, I'm gonna explain to you more or less my situation. If my cat really wants to get on top of the keyboard, and she's going to click a lot of things, and I can't move or else I'm going to fall off my chair.
You might have to eat the bullet and fall.
Toss the cat to a safe place.
Like over your shoulder. And the random nothingness.
I think Venma fell.
No, my cat scratched my nipple. Alright, I'm done.
That is what they do.
Okay. I'm up. Okay.
People who hold cats shirtless are braver than I am.
Woo!
I can't do that.
Oh, okay. We got a wild magic search, friends.
Yup.
Yeah.
If we ever have magic or a fight or
I
something,
might have to hold that helping heroes for the next time, but because of the lag and stuff, I don't want to do too exciting today. I mean, I will though, if you guys cause it.
Listen, that's why we're not going fishing. If we're not fishing, we're not causing issues.
Oh, I still have stuff planned. There could still be fights.
but to ask your question, Vel, Zenma. Typically, when one of us, being my species, become an adult, we find our own forest and call it our home. It's. I was in the process of doing that. Not quite old enough yet, but almost.
Well, when we deal with all of this, I will help you find your forest.
I mean, there's no shortage of them. It's just finding or creating an empty spot. I think this time I'll make sure there's no guild base near it. One way or another.
So, how to say this? The guild will be no problem for a mighty dragon like you.
They did kill my parents. Cannot deny that. They were stronger than I am. Even together, they fell. If we're going to take down any bases or guilds nearby, it won't be through strength of claw, but subterfuge. Guile and claws in the dark.
In any way, I'll be there for you.
It is.
I made an oath.
It's good to confirm. I think Elliot will come along too. Just seems like a thing he'd do.
Nope. I should not be talking, or it's gonna make it worse.
Of course he will. Who will cook our food?
Right. He keeps bringing me more food. It's what more can I ask for?
Like two girls gossiping down there. Like, he just brought me a bowl of food and sat it at my feet. It was perfect.
What more can I ask for besides whatever I want?
How funny he'd bring you alcohol, or you probably don't like that as much right now, but you know, wait till we get you the sweet wine, Yerba.
Oh, dude. Oh, fudge.
The wine that you can keep drinking and not realize how drunk you are until, uh-oh.
Poison Yerva's food with wine.
Red wine drunk Nyorba is something no one is ready for. Guess at some point, I guess around like, well, once it starts getting to like the early evening or so, Argus will probably, I guess, make his way below the below deck and just see if he can find where everyone else is.
You see Elliot still in the kitchen helping Devlu with the eternal pot of stew. Like whenever somebody comes in hungry, they dish it out, but then they add some more water in from a decanter in this water. They add some more ingredients in. Devlu's like, oh, good, August. Your friend here has told me all your guys' names. Here, have yourself a stew, and she pours you a bowl of this like a brownish red liquid with some meat chunks in there, some vegetables in there. You swear you see some fruit in there too. It's a real combination.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it's gotta protect against scurvy.
Yeah, that's exactly why there's some fruit in there.
Also, if you see any feathers in there, my bad. I might have not.
I set him on the job of defeathering. He missed some.
Argus is just gonna kind of holding the soup bowl, look at it, shrug. He's eating. It's far from something that would psych him out.
It tastes a lot better than you expect looking at it. It's like Devlu put all her effort into making it taste good instead of look good.
Tastes better than looks.
Yeah, 100%. Like it has this strange meaty yet also
Tangy?
tangy, yeah, taste, and it goes down smooth enough. Like it's not like it'd be better than a raw meat sausage with bones in it.
Yeah.
But you see Elliot, and obviously you know what you can picture what the other two is. As long as Nerva didn't go off ship again. Oh, Nerva, did you the crew developed the yes. Nerva, did you tell Vel about your experience with the water? Or is that on the long list of these will never be spoken of again topics?
That's on the list. Something for only Nerva and the captain and Argus.
I'm sure nobody else will find out about that.
Nope. Argus would never tell him.
So yeah, Argus, did you need something?
Well, I was going to see if I could find the rest of the group. Perhaps discuss the information collected a bit further.
Okay. I think Nerva and Vel are still in the lowest part in the room, maybe.
Well, I assume Joan is still in bed or
Yeah. Ugh.
near a window.
Yeah, just shiver. I have heard them non-stop. Like,
Yeah, I imagine it's something that you vaguely hear, and every once in a while you hear your name, and you're like, I'm not going to answer the door. I'm not walking over there.
nope. Like,
I feel this whole time like Joan's just been kind of like laying on the bed, face towards the wall, like listening, but just like so out of it that they're just like basically like a corpse. Like,
What's awful is I'm gonna have to get I'm gonna have to stay up late to upload all these tonight, simply because of the internet issues. Because Luca's not gonna be able to watch this one. So I'm gonna have to get them all uploaded tonight, which is fine, but
yeah, Argus is going to, I guess, probably motion for Elliot to come with him, but go and find
sure.
Vel and Njorva. And did Njorva? I assume Njorva doesn't have. Does Njorva have like the social sort of like awareness to like close doors behind her, or is she very much open a door, walk in, and just leave it open?
She just leaves it open.
Okay. Yeah, I
Doors
guess,
are a new thing.
that's why Elliot heard everything.
yeah.
It was out an open door.
Listen, Nerva doesn't understand to keep a door closed.
It's like she was raised in a barn or outside or something.
Or in a tree or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to tell her about doors. Keep them closed.
But Argus is going to he's gonna make his way to the rest of the group and just kind of see that Njorva is just sitting in the center of the room, away from any windows or anything that isn't the floor. So
I think Nerva at this point would have been on a bed, probably sitting on top of wherever Joanne is.
sitting on top of Joanne.
But yeah, you gotta sweat.
But much bigger.
You gotta sweat the sickness out.
Right.
Oh no.
But
You've noticed that Joanne will sometimes sweat green, Nerva?
Well, there's a blanket in between. It's fine. It's like a weighted blanket, but 170 pounds.
Oh,
Argus is just gonna say, I've spent some time trying to think about the situation we found ourselves in.
mm-hmm.
I think I've had enough time to at least mull it over enough that I could at least try and think of what sort of actions we should really take in response to this. Because, He will, if Elliot walks in, he will close the door, but
Yeah, I was gonna say let's close the door first.
this situation is well, it's very much beyond us, but it's quite a delicate situation if information is as well compromised as it seems. But
I would say that it wasn't a problem, but you're part of the problem, or part of the other half of the problem.
It's a piece of the puzzle.
You're invested.
well, if this situation escalates any further, I think it would be everyone's problem. If they are trying to resurrect or create a new body for Tiamat, that is something that would concern every living being. Dragon, human, monster, anything. It would be consequences that would reach far beyond the continent. But I do think that our most important course of action, and I'm not sure if you even want to get the Helix Commission involved, Vel, but I think considering the circumstances, they have to be involved here. They are, one of the concerning factors in this situation.
Yeah, the problem is the what is his name? The infiltrator.
Oh, the infiltrator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
we don't know who to talk to. You know.
I've done a bit of thinking. I think if there's anyone we would need to speak to, it would be Ihane. As much as, I would prefer to be careful. If she is compromised, then none of this will work. She is a central figure in this, or at least considering she's dealt with the cult. She's dealt with Tiamat. Do we know? We do know that she has mentioned
I believe she hasn't, but I mean,
okay.
You might have heard because you've been in the Helix Commission a lot longer. But I believe that's one of the things the heads said is that they were targeting her because of her involvement.
Yeah, Ihane is like I would imagine Ihane is like a pretty big deal amongst in terms of all those events were probably pretty significant. So
yeah, her and 3 others. Those 3 are not on this continent.
Okay. Well, I think if there's anyone we should talk to first, it would be her. But she is. We're not exactly the most high-ranking members. We would certainly need her to set up any sort of meeting to discuss this. But if we do set up a meeting, we will have to, I would imagine, limit it to at least, I'd say, 4 other people, including her. That would be the most I would think would be smart to involve, because the more people that we involve, the more difficult it would be to plug up any information leaks if one did happen. With less people involved, it would be a lot simpler to keep information both discreet and to make sure that if information is getting out, that we can discover how it's getting out. But I think if we truly want to be as cautious as possible about this, we will likely need to lie to an extent, or, well, spread lies intentionally. We will, well,
Disinformation campaign.
we cannot, we have to keep what we tell to each individual person we involve in this consistent enough to not compromise any potential efforts to deal with this situation, but inconsistent enough that if information does get out, then we would have an easier time tracking who it came from, because we would know who exactly, or what we would know if we discovered that any of the compromised information came out. The information
You know what this sounds like? This sounds like Luca's quote anonymous sexual harassment thing that went around his place. Not sexual harassment, it was something else. But basically they contacted him and said, "Hey, we realize you haven't filled your anonymous thing out," and he's like, "Well, that's not very anonymous now, is it?"
Yeah.
But if we do, at least, well, if not intentionally seed what we tell them with some manner of disinformation, if not, at least we need to at least have a countermeasure in case information does leak. In which case, we will be able to pinpoint where it came from. But discretion is of the utmost important here, though. We likely will have to go to fairly extreme lengths to keep things secure. Perhaps, well, I'm not quite sure who to involve myself, but for who we do get involved, we might even have to keep them separate in terms of not even urging them to work together on this. It would be something we would have to discuss as a group, but with, well, whoever we involve with this, but the less crossover we have amongst whoever we do involve, the more secure things will be. Though I'd imagine if information does leak, it would be, well, any sort of discretion would be out the window at that point. We would have to get things more involved. Though if Lothan, or what, if the Lothites and the Tiamat,
Tiamat cult.
the
Order of the Chromatic, what did I tell you, Val? Order of the Chromatic Devotion. Yeah, Order of the Chromatic Devotion.
If the Lothites and the Order of Chromatic Devotion are, well, if their ties are as they say they are, and their ties seemingly extend to the rest of the cult, or whatever, I'm not even sure what to call it, but that would perhaps bring new light to those drow we found when we were in the Undertar. Before it was seemingly a chance encounter, but
now it's
they could have been there on another's orders, well, other than their own individual circle. And that would mean, well, that would mean that if the Lothites were aware of the Commission's existence in that sort of general vicinity, that would mean, by extent, the other sects might be also aware.
So basically, the plan is share it to Ihani and a few individuals and do a misleading campaign, potentially, or just not share everything with them. Only
That
the
is-
needed. Need to
that
know
is-
basis.
That is one course of action, yes. Or perhaps we could even break up the story into multiple parts and tell whoever we involve, tell each of them a different part. Perhaps. I'm not. Well. The only thing we can know for sure is that. Oh well, I can assume that we know for sure is that they do not know the extent of what information has and hasn't gotten out. If they learn we discovered some of the information, they might not know of what other information we've gotten. And if nothing else, we do still have the severed head for the time being. If we can possibly ask it even more questions at a later date, or perhaps even brainstorm some more prudent questions with those we involve.
Seems good.
But I wouldn't say that this may be something that we will be involved with once we involve others, but if it is, I will not judge any of you if you would like to remain not involved. It is, well, what we have learned is quite a dire set of information from what it sounds.
And we don't even know the full extent still, so all we know is there's some corroboration.
Yes. Well, we have, at the very least, there is a plot to resurrect a goddess. That alone is far larger than anything I've been involved in.
Yeah, same here. It goes far beyond us. Helix Commission Guild. It's above us all.
I think I could survive. I don't think it would target me specifically, but I think losing you would, in the plural sense, would be unfortunate.
Who are you addressing that to, Nerva?
As the group.
Oh.
But, well, I wouldn't be so sure if they are sacrificing, Dragonborn, or even those of similar kind to you, Norva. I don't believe Tiamat would be so discriminate. She may be a mother to many types of dragon or draconic creatures, but I can assure you that she is not the doting mother type. If it would benefit her, she would eat her own children.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, she would kill us all.
Yeah, but I think that might not be how Veil guys are raised, but I do think you get the natural sense of that.
Yeah. It's not kosher.
Tiamat, she doesn't play by our rules. She is, we as people, or thinking creatures, or non-divine entities, we have freedom in our choices. We have the ability to choose what we are. Divine beings such as Tiamat are very much the way they are. They are, well, they are very much a lot less changing than we are, so I don't I don't think even if the worst case happened that there would be any way to appeal to her, any of her senses.
Basically a rampant animal.
So our goal is to be specific with information and who we tell, and lie to some.
Well,
That seems simple enough to me.
yes. Well, lying is at least one of the options. There are likely other ways to separate information or to seed markers into what we tell to trace information back should it get out.
So seeds of doubt or seeds of discord.
I think that's what we do best. Well, that's what I do best. She side-eyes Elliot.
I already know what you're gonna think, and I need to stop doing it, but I'm trying to be nice.
No.
You never didn't say anything.
But I know you have that thought.
No.
Can't prove it.
I will say though, as much as, well, I know at least you, Elliot, and you, Vel, and well, you, Yorva as well. You may not like it, but if worse comes to worse, and well, we find this situation gets either out of hand or is much larger than we thought it is, we might have to involve more than just the commission. This, well, the guild has already, to our knowledge, put efforts into this, but as much as it might pain the lot of you, if they have to get involved, that might be a necessary sacrifice.
Necessary evil to do the greater good.
The Helix Commission on their own, they may be great in scientists or in innovation, but I don't believe they have the manpower alone.
Not even their hybrids.
Though, Vel,
Yep.
well, you mentioned, well, we learned that your particular sect wasn't quite on board with the others' current goals. Do you know of any other sects of your religion that would either share those views or perhaps even throw reverence to other members of your pantheon more than, well, worshiping them as a whole? For example, Bahamut or Io or any of the other major deities. If there's anyone that anyone within your religion that could potentially be allies, it would be good to know.
From the ones that we read about in the reports, I'm not sure we can count on them. But I know there are more than just 5 of us.
Perhaps the others weren't mentioned because they weren't, well, considered a part of this current scheme. We do know that what remnants of your part were left were incorporated into the others, so perhaps that is why they were mentioned in specific amongst them, but if we could perhaps find other parts of your religion and perhaps either inform them of what's going on or at least get some sort of alliance to go on, that could be an equally good course of action in making sure that if things get out of hand, we will at least have more to help us and to ensure that we at least have a fighting chance.
That's a good idea, actually.
Basically, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And I just...
It will take a lot to get me to work with the guild.
I would at least ensure that you wouldn't have to work with them directly, but
Oh, yeah.
well, on the off chance that we do work with them, perhaps it could even bring an opportunity to at least give you more of a entrance to look into your particular situation, Yorva. Well, if we do end up working with them, it would mean they wouldn't be a fully hostile entity towards us. We would have a bit more leeway if you wanted to look into things more directly. Though I wouldn't put that upon you unless it was something you yourself wanted to do.
I would never trust the guild unless they righted their wrongs against me. Give back my, at the time, unborn siblings' eggs.
Ooh.
Revive my parents. I doubt they will. They're too obsessed with power, I think.
I can't deny that. I've had my dealings with them. They're not quite. They're not quite the type to bend their code like that. They are quite stuck in their ways. But well, at the very least, if we do have to work with them, you will have the option to not deal with them directly, or, well, I can try my best to give you that option.
I still think we should have killed those guild people we met.
That would have made us murderers. And
Were you already not?
No, I actually have to think about it. I don't know, actually.
I'm pretty sure you killed at least one person,
Yeah.
and you're
Elliot's repressing it.
I don't know. Yeah, Elliot would be reflecting like, no.
Would I have to go flashback to that episode?
Yeah, we have to go back and check. Like,
Bloodlust in his eyes as he guns down innocent guards people.
They attacked us first. It was self-defense.
You guys broke out first.
Though.
False imprisonment.
You admitted to the crimes.
I made the situation all worse.
Well,
We can all agree this is Harbin's fault.
It is absolutely Harbin's fault. After this, when he requested a guild, we were roasting him alive.
Yerva was innocent of all crimes.
Yeah, you're the only one that was falsely imprisoned.
yeah.
I wasn't imprisoned, I was caged.
I mean, prison, cage, same thing.
Well, with one, you tend to get out. The other one turns you into parts.
I don't know. It depends on which prison.
Regardless, it's if the Helix Commission does get involved with this, it will be an inevitability that the Guild and the Commission will cross paths in this. The Guild has already proven to be involved in this matter. I'm not sure what sort of involvement it is other than increasing their numbers and forming countermeasures, but
Yeah.
if the Commission gets involved and the Guild is involved, it would be better to at least try to work with them rather than cause another, issue for dealing with this.
I love, by the way, that I gave you the information. We figured out which one places are. Because having Chroma Bane be in Sadar gives you guys a perfect reason to go to Sadar at some point. And I just love that, because Sadar is 100% my most thought out city in this world. And I'll always take people having to go there.
Just have to figure out a good railroad.
I don't even need a railroad, you guys. You guys will find. If I say I want you guys somewhere, you guys will find a way. I have faith.
Yeah.
We have a whole campaign.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you die next session, which you might. But that's every session of D&D.
Please. Hurry out the curse from Amel wins.
So, though, aside from, the Commission, the Guild, and any other potential sects of your group, Vel, do any of you have any idea of any other potential players in this situation? Anyone we could call upon?
Mike.
What?
Would Nireva know the story of Fatalis and the Elder Dragon War?
I feel like it's like
Not from the human's perspective, from the dragon perspective.
I feel like there is folklore shared amongst the smarter of the Elder Dragons. Of the be careful around Fatalis, for it's an entity that both helps and harms.
Mm-hmm.
You probably
tell story.
You probably know of the story of him wrecking wrecking Strahd and getting vengeance for the atrocities that your people had suffered. But whether or not you know much more than that, probably not. And it's probably said that he disappeared after then, because none of you guys would have gone to Strahd anyways. So chances are it's like he came, he avenged our people, and he left. But you must always be careful, for he could always take back that vengeance or something.
Nireva would pipe up then. If this Tiamat is bad enough of a disaster, which I don't think it will be, but then potentially we could rally the local elders. They might assist, though that is a long shot. We have good reason to distrust humans and other two-legged creatures.
That's assuming we could get them to talk or even listen.
Well, if I can't say anything for certain. There's a lot of bad history between people and Elder Dragons, but if it concerns them enough, which, I would imagine this concerns them. If anything, we would at least know that if they're not on our side, they are at least They would at least fight for a similar goal.
You would hope so.
Or if maybe not, Tiamat controls them. Since she is a goddess of dragons, does she control them?
I believe you
She
guys
control
would
me?
know
I doubt it.
that she is. And I believe this is the correct lore for Mel stuff. One of the the 5. Yeah, she's one of the 5 aspects. Along with Bahamut and their parent Io. So those are 3 aspects. There's 2 others, like, but you guys know at least a power level, like.
Yeah.
If approached correctly, you can at least converse initially with any elder, so long as they're not
Hungry?
mad or... Well, no, they'll at least converse with them for a moment.
So
As long as they're not particularly angry at you or someone that looks like you, you just have to approach them correctly and politely. And I'm here, so
Yeah, you do the talking.
well, it is a potential avenue, though it does bring an inherent risk because, well, as with anyone we try to get involved with this, we never know where their loyalties could lie. They could, well, I wouldn't be surprised myself if there's elder dragons that show reverence to Tiamat as there are people.
I'm sure there are some, but not many. We keep to ourselves. Some do tend to migrate. I've seen a few, I think.
I think more so than Tiamat, I feel like Elder Dragons would more show reverence to Io above all else. Because he's like the creator of the world.
He's
Quick-
neutral.
Yeah, he's neutral in all things. Like, he doesn't want you to change your ways. He just wants you to live.
Quick question.
Yes?
Well, I very much doubt Argus has ever had any direct sort of like sightings of elder dragons, but I imagine being the capital.
Oh, I
there's
guarantee you've
probably
seen
been-
at least one.
Oh,
Right here.
well, aside from Niorva, I would assume that the capital has at least had like that scare once or twice of like the
Yeah.
elder dragon watch sort of like.
I think the capital has, and I think you've seen a hybrid or 2 of them, but nothing. But nothing like they didn't bring in one to change. It's from DNA of one that they made. So there's probably an elder dragon hybrid or 2 in the crucible, the biodome.
I mean,
But
that's
you wouldn't count that as an elder dragon. It's a different creature altogether. I almost want to go through all the hybrids that Amel has made for me and change them from bird wyvern or elder dragon to all dragon parentheses hybrid. Because I feel like that fits nicely for them.
Just give it a sub tag.
You
Yeah,
probably
subtag is gonna be hybrid.
the most common elder dragon you probably haven't like an alarm for or a watch is probably Kushala, because that one migrates a lot.
Oh yeah.
or even like
I
Velcana
feel-
tend to migrate a lot.
I feel like there's a scare at the capital of Teostra from time to time, just because
Yeah.
the capital is built into a volcano. But it's one of those that the guild keeps it protected. Keeps maybe a stockpile of gunpowder to lure away, or sends out hunters to kind of repel them. Either or.
I think, well, with Lolth being involved in this, it does bring as dire as it does make the situation, it does bring a bit of a light of hope because, well, Lolth has a lot of enemies. There is, well, many goddesses, many religions that despise Lolth and everything she stands for.
That's another thing. Like, what is their role in all this? What do the Drow get from this?
That's my worry because, well, Lolth is anything if not self-serving and plotting. Tiamat is, well, Tiamat is, well, known for a trickery to an extent, but Tiamat...
Anybody that wants to make, like, if you guys want to make religion checks on any other deities, you guys can. I'm not saying you have to or that you should now.
No.
Just saying in general, because I don't remember if anybody has done so about Lolth in general. I know probably Tiamat, but
Nope.
I'm nearly certain Yerva wouldn't know.
Can I guidance myself for that?
yeah, you could have guidance yourself.
Okay.
I imagine Argus's knowledge is probably very surface level.
I'll give it a shot, but I highly doubt Yerva would know anything, even if I roll high.
Can't wait for you nat 20.
Yes.
Not one.
That's beautiful.
She doesn't go underground. Why would she know?
No, that's fair. Oh, I can't wait till I send you on the ground for the reason.
We were there
Again.
once.
Yeah.
It was uncomfortable. You ever went unconscious there for the first time?
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I've been reading Stormlight Archives, and great book series, highly recommend. But there's spirits, and they talk about they ask the humans they're bonded with why they're uncomfortable with death. It's like you guys all die every day, and you just get better in the morning. Talking about sleep.
But Tiamat is, well, she is known to an extent for trickery, but Tiamat is her trickery is in service of herself. Lolth in essence is manipulation. Lolth very much embodies that, so, well, I'm not quite sure what she would get out of this. So, actually, you know what? I will do a religion check, but I am going to do... is it just gods in general, or is it Tiamat specifically doesn't have, like, a... Like, the reason they're trying to make her a body is because she cannot, like, physically manifest, or is, like, has issues with that?
Go ahead and roll me a religion. Let's see if you know the answer to this.
Yeah, just... yeah, no.
As far as you can tell, maybe it's just gods in general because they're celestic beings. Of course, they probably wouldn't have mortal bodies like us.
Yeah. I'm just... I'm not quite sure how it works with most deities, but if Tiamat requires some sort of physical vessel to manifest on this plane, perhaps Lolth requires one as well. Perhaps that is what Lolth is looking for. So.
Oh, apparently you're getting a reroll.
Oh, am I? Okay.
Well, you guys have not used your one. If you haven't used your once per session, but you do have an inspiration from there that you can use.
And then once per session.
Okay.
That's a 13.
I mean, 13 with a 13. I feel like I don't know 100% the lore behind Tiamat with the body. I assume she's been banished and that her body can't appear there. I'm going to make lore saying that deities can reside for a time on the material realm without a body, but what they can interact with is not as much as if they had a body, and they can't exert that power permanently. If they have a mortal body, they can reside there much, much longer and exert much, much more control.
Yeah.
And that's a deity ride thing.
I think if they don't have a mortal body, they can make an avatar.
Yeah.
But if you look at the stat blocks, I think a Tiamat avatar is only like CR 16 or something.
I'm pretty sure the avatar of Tiamat is actually like 30. It's a mythic 30.
I mean, previous editions.
Oh, previous edition, yeah.
Because there's the God stat block and then there's the Avatar stat block, and one's much lower.
Yeah, it's like Avatar should be only a fraction of a god.
Yeah, I agree. That's why Tiamat went down like a bitch when I fought her.
Good, good.
I think if Lolth is to get anything out of this, Tiamat is very much a very powerful deity. Lolth, well, though Lolth herself isn't weak, or Lolth herself holds a great amount of power, the power that Tiamat holds, perhaps, it could be something that Lolth covets or seeks for herself. If Tiamat were to manifest, perhaps Lolth's goal is to allow that to happen, but perhaps use Tiamat, or even
Piggyback.
in essence, yes. If I'm not sure if there's ever even been attempts or not to bring Lolth into the physical realm as Tiamat has, but if Lolth could benefit off another's work and use it to their own means, that would be something that I wouldn't put it past Lolth.
I mean, or it could be as simple as the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Well,
To you. They both have something in common that is an enemy.
I do think that, well, that is certainly part of the equation here. A part of me finds it hard to believe that it would be just that.
They're just two goddesses trying to manipulate each other, but it's not working.
To motivate two goddesses that are normally very much not the closest of acquaintances, or, well, even acquaintances for that matter. Something that motivates both of them to take drastic measures such as this, or that motivates even Tiamat to, well, Tiamat has tried to manifest before regardless, but I just find it hard to believe that would be the only reason.
It's a good thing saying their name doesn't draw their attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like Strahd. Or
It's not like somebody has the attention of a powerful entity.
None of us are a warlock, right?
What was I gonna say? Oh, I was gonna say that.
But I think it's at this point you guys hear a knock at the door.
Oh.
You guys hear Devilu's voice. Hey, the next batch of stew is ready if you guys are hungry. I know August ate some, but the rest of you guys have kind of been staying in the room a long time.
Oh.
Yura stands up on the bed and stretches like a cat would, while probably standing on top of Joanne.
Yeah,
Then,
Yura, please get off, Joanne.
We can just continue this discussion later. I think we're just talking in circles at this point.
You guys look out the porthole. You notice it's gotten dark.
Oh, we were talking for hours.
Yura's out the room.
Yeah, she has like a bowl that's slightly larger set aside for you, Nira.
Oh, that's good. And then Nirva takes the bowl and starts scarfing down. I don't think Nirva's ever had soup or stew before.
Yeah, it's like drinking, but with stuff floating in it, and it doesn't taste like water. And it tastes good. It has a lot of stuff that you enjoy in it.
But
and
is it crunchy?
I'm sure there's some in fact, I bet there's bones floating in yours after that conversation with you that aren't in the others.
Oh, then Nerva likes it.
It's like a convenient concoction too, because all you have to do is open your mouth and stuff floats into it. Like
For being lazy.
yeah. Ah. So, you guys eat. Do you guys go, now that you guys have had your conversation, it's a little dark out, do you guys go back up on the ship, like the upper ship? Do you guys try to get some sleep?
Maybe Elliot will stay atop the ship for a little bit. Like, he's been in the cramped spaces. He needs a little bit of air.
If you're, Nerva will follow.
I guess Argus will go above deck and probably just find somewhere to just kind of sit and just kind of watch the waves for a bit.
So, Neva, except for and this goes for all of you guys, except for the lights on the ship, you guys don't really see lights out in the ocean. It's like you're far enough away from land that you see stars and you see like the moons, and this is the perfect time to tell you guys I have stolen the moons from Dragonlance, so there are 3 moons above you, though typically most people only ever see 2 of them.
Wait, are all 3 of them open?
No, what it is you only see the black moon if you're dedicated to it, aka if you have an evil alignment. But there's a white moon and a red moon that shines down on everybody.
Oh dear.
So if somebody sees a black moon, like, then that's it. Nerva, I believe you see all 3.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah,
Morality is a human trait. You don't need to worry about that.
Nerva is one of my only players that has ever seen all 3. Just saying.
If there's one thing that Nerva is, it's selfish.
But yeah, you see, except for the moonlight, it's pretty dark out on the waves, Nerva. You've never seen such a wide open darkness. Like, you see waves rolling, but it's still dark.
I would also, well, would this also be like the most like of the night sky Yorva would have seen? Considering, I assume anywhere else you would see like, there are
lands covering or buildings. Yeah, no, this is the most uninterrupted sky as well.
Imagine quite clear compared to like.
Not a cloud.
Yeah.
Nerva will climb up the mast again. And since dark vision only goes 60 feet, there's not much of the ocean you can see around the boat at that high.
Yeah.
So it's kind of sitting in a void.
Just like when you were underwater.
Nerva goes back down the mast.
Anybody else like sitting on the side? You said you were watching the waves, August. Is anybody else?
I am.
I want you guys to go ahead and give me perception checks.
I don't have dark vision.
Oh, don't worry. What I'm rolling for, you might not need dark vision to see.
Do you want me to roll as well?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh wait, is that a perception check I see?
I could do better than that.
Argus.
I'm gonna reroll
because
mine.
I am.
I roll the exact same.
Honestly,
That's happened
I'm
so
gonna,
many times today.
I'm gonna. Oh, I was gonna say. No, I'll save a fate touch, but Argus, you get. Oh,
Four-
plus
four-
1.
14. Let's go.
So Val, I think you're the one that sees it, gazing off into the waters.
What?
You see underneath the ship like some lights, like just glowing in the distance. And they're not just keeping up with the ship, but they're not like approaching the ship or going away from the ship. It's almost like they are watching you like you're watching them.
What kind of lights?
Just some like blues, some reds, some greens, like.
Do you point it out, Val?
Yeah, I see. There are some lights over there.
What?
What direction, Mike?
Just off the side of the ship and below the ship.
A few feet off?
Probably you. It's deep enough that it's hard to get a shape with them. Like the lights stand out, but not whatever they're attached to. If they are
Whoa.
attached to something,
Poke out over the side and look at the lights.
they're mesmerizing. They seem to flow like to or from, further and closer, but not like super further or closer. Just almost like they're breathing. Like small movements.
You have any idea what those are?
I think
Actually, Neva will reach out with her head, with her telepathy, if it's within 60 feet.
it's probably right on the edge of that. So you could probably do that.
60 feet, yes. She'll reach out with her telepathy in Draconic, say, hello?
And I think you get like a deep, almost maternal tone, but it also is filled with like curiosity, and you get a, why, hello there. What are you?
You know me.
I am... Am I presuming to speak to another elder?
That is what they call us, isn't it? Though you can't be older than a half dozen cycles.
About that much, yes. I had to leave my parents' territory for unfortunate reasons. Are we trespassing?
No, I am merely curious. I enjoy watching these vessels they make traverse above me.
Would you like a closer look? I would invite you on board.
They tend to be upset when our kind do so. I am more than happy to be down here. I can converse with you just fine.
If that's what you wish.
I merely, like I said, was curious about the beings who are traversing this land. And I just wanted to watch for a bit. It's not often they communicate back such as you.
Yes, well, they usually don't have much to say. It's worth talking to them over.
I think you get the feeling of amusement coming back towards you. But with my curiosity abated, I will retreat and find somewhere to rest for my time. But
Do you
no,
know... Sorry.
no, go ahead, Mid.
Do you know in this direction we're going, is there any territories we might be crossing into?
There may be. Typically, the less intelligent species roam ahead of you. Some creatures that I don't necessarily pose much risk can group together quite annoyingly. Not too much, though. You should be safe for the most part. The ones who command the vessel have picked the best path they know of.
That is good to hear. We are heading towards the island in this direction.
I know of it, yes.
Do you know of any of us who are there?
There is a creature who calls it home that, while is not one of us, is a threat if angered. I have not come face to face with it, but I have seen it from a distance.
What does it look like?
Details are hard when you look from the water outwards. All I remember is, and you get kind of like a feeling of like a gleam of gold.
It's a strange color.
Yes, I agree. Well, be safe. The major threat of the area seems to have passed by. You should have smooth sailing.
Hunt well.
You as well. And the rest of you guys see the light start to retreat from you guys.
You've just been staring at it for the last, 5 minutes.
Nerva? Everything okay there? You're not hypnotized or anything, right? Nerva?
No, I'm fine. It was,
Okay.
another elder. I was making sure we did not cause offense.
Okay, good to know. Also concerning.
I got the sense it was female, right?
Yes.
Oh,
She was merely curious. She seemed somewhat familiar with this boat.
yeah,
but
I still have.
no real harm.
Yeah, I still have to get over the fact that you can actually communicate with other dragons. No offense, Nerva.
I'm right here.
Yeah.
Why is it
Yeah. Yeah.
She has a point. Why is it any different?
Two legs always so sure of their place in the world.
No, I was gonna say species
Well,
difference.
To be fair, we don't all have 4 legs and 6 wings.
There's already a species difference between us and Europe. I don't think.
Yeah, species. Ugh.
There's a species difference between each of you. What are you talking about? Let's see. August is human, correct?
Yeah.
Then Elliot is what? Want you Rivarian?
No,
Oh,
I'm
human.
human.
Then
Oh, yeah.
there's Zenma, Dragonborn.
He's also human, right?
Then there's Joan, who is half elf.
That's close enough, right? Never doesn't notice the difference.
Oh fudge! No, not.
Well, no.
CFS boys.
Clearly, the other half is half elf, half dragon, as far as you're
Right.
concerned.
Right, that's the important part. No.
I would imagine Yorva has a difficult time telling the difference between elves and wyverians.
Oh.
In terms of like,
I
They
imagine
both
throw
are-
human in there too, and
Everybody has a difficult time telling humans and dwarves apart, let alone barbarians.
The height, the height, the height.
Some humans are short.
it's all
Just don't
humanoid.
Yeah.
Listen. Some humans are short, but
Fun-
have you
fun
ever
fact.
seen a tall dwarf?
What?
other than Aztec.
Fun fact: in one D&D, humans and tieflings, and I believe Asmar can all be the small race size now. Because they felt like the being medium only did not fit everybody who plays the game. Sometimes you are small. And so they wanted to give that option to all human adjacent races like that.
Oh dear, this small bugbear.
I don't think bugbears and stuff are, but I know humans and tieflings are for sure. And I know changeling they've changed to that already.
Oh, that's more terrifying.
I think that stopped changelings before.
Yeah.
But there was. I'd asked about the further territories. And as far as elders were clear going forward.
Okay.
But on the island, I was warned that there is something that is gold-colored that is dangerous.
Fudge. Okay,
It was
Mike,
not
I'm
an
just...
elder. It wasn't an elder, but it was dangerous enough to be wary of, even for her.
An elder? Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask Mike.
What?
Is there... So, with what Nirva is saying, golden...
I will neither confirm nor deny whatever you say.
I know, I just want to ask, can I make a history check to... It narrows it down a little bit because has to be on par or greater than an elder dragon. Or
It's
at
not
least an
12 per
elder...
It's 12 an elder.
An elder dragon level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
it's
can, you can try. You've read books. I think you're the only one that would probably have any knowledge.
Out of character, I'm just like, oh fudge. Like, out of character, I know what it is. Most likely. Oh wait. Oh no, I know two candidates. I know two candidates. Oh fudge.
Though to be fair,
there's more than one.
to be fair, we also do not know if the elder dragon was mentioning that it was dangerous, like in contrast to itself or in contrast to us. Oh.
I know two candidates.
Okay.
With out of character, I just want to know, like, what does Elliot think?
I want to know what your two candidates are.
Oh, okay. So, immediately when I think of gold, I think of it was Gold Rathian?
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
That would be
Yeah,
around
because-
a dragon level, yes.
Yeah, and then the other one, which... Oh, I would be so dreading. Because it's so iconic. A certain fanged beast?
Monkey?
Yes, Rajang.
That is also of Elder Dragon level.
There's a wyvern that covers itself in melted gold. Molten
No.
gold.
Kushala. That's an elder.
Yeah, that's
Not
Kush.
Kushala, Kalve.
Called
Yeah.
They're yeah. So yeah, if
with
it's
a
not
28, with a 28, I think
It's like-
both of those creatures jump to your mind.
Oh, wait, 3.
Um,
It's variant.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a few. I think with a 28, you know what Coolfire knows about at least the appearance of those creatures.
Oh, wait, no, they're also... I was gonna say, is that
I feel like Elliot is having that whole thing. Like, it could be this. Oh, it could be that. Oh, it could be this.
Yeah, I don't... if I knew it's, like, if walked on 4, 2, then... It's also dreading, like, oh, no.
I mean, if you stretch the gold
I
color,
mean-
there's also Tigrex.
Tigrex?
there's also
I was gonna say, would a 20 be enough to know of a deviant or no?
So, like I said, with a 28, I think your mind jumps to whatever your actual mind jumps to for potential candidates.
Yeah.
You don't know for sure, but
The
Yeah,
greatest
no.
Tigris.
There's
yeah, it's the greatest Jaggers, obviously.
you just see like looking at for those with dark vision, like you see Elliot is dreading like, Oh no, 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 no.
At some point, Argus is probably going to approach, kind of seeing that like a few of the party members are kind of just kind of gathered around the edge of the ship. Argus is just gonna kind of approach and just kind of give like a inquisitive look.
Oh, fudge. I just look. I.
Minerva gets an idea and a bit of a smirk on her face as she walks up to the captain.
He turns to you. He's like, "Oh, hello there, Minerva. What do you need?"
Those lights off to the side of the bow. Have you seen them often?
From time to time, they seem to patrol this area of the ocean.
It seems you have an admirer.
As long as they don't make a mile us from down, like bring us down to it to a mile, I see no harm in it, and I wish no harm on it.
Well, if you're under the waves at the same time, I think you should give him a wave. Say hello.
I will keep that in mind. You'll see lights like that all the way up the coast towards Sadar. They have a wide territory, so to speak.
I wouldn't doubt it. My parents controlled most of the forest where I grew up in.
He nods.
But I think this one in particular, like your crew, and I think maybe you more.
We try to do right by the creatures of the ocean. We borrow their territories to travel. It's only right that we try not to make a nuisance of ourselves.
I just think you should say hello next time.
I
See
will.
what happens.
I'll keep that in mind.
And she walks off.
Yeah.
Argus is gonna kind of see Elliot kind of, making that Elliot face of
Oh, that dread.
Elliot face number 4.
Every encyclopedia he has ever read is going through his mind.
Yep.
It's some sort of issue.
No, well, Nerva just talked to a passing by elder dragon, and by coincidence, asked about creatures or territories going up ahead, and well, the elder dragon, if telling the truth or not, didn't ask if they were, or if they were trying to be deceitful, but said,
Why would dragons lie to each other?
I don't know.
Have I ever lied to you, Elliot?
Listen, dragons have a bro code.
Yeah, well, I was getting there, but besides the point, they only said the description of like golden and non-elder dragon, which might not seem much. I can name a few creatures off the top of my head that are you would consider to be on par with elder dragons, and they said we're technically would be heading to the territory, or it's just they inhabit the islands.
It lives on the island.
It lives on the island, which
I'm going to gloss past the elder dragon part, considering
yeah,
we're here, so I would imagine that isn't a cause for concern. But
She was very pleasant.
if something on the island, and they mentioned gold.
Yeah, gold, elder dragon. Not an elder dragon, but it
Did they?
feared? Did it fear? They say they feared, or Nerva, what did they say about it exactly? They just stayed away from it?
She saw it from underwater. She doesn't go on land much.
But
Did it mention any sort? it mentioned danger, correct? But
Yeah.
It was a threat enough to be wary of.
a threat
Yeah.
to it or a threat to us?
A threat to her.
That's the concerning part. What I said.
Not dangerous per se, but
Well,
cautious.
Caught.
Not
Yeah,
kill
well,
hunt, not casualty.
Yeah, which brought me to my attention. Like Golden, there's like off the top of my head, I had to look back at my journal and stuff. There's only like 2 creatures that I know of, not including like different classifications. Which, if it is a different classification, then we're even major fudgery here. But one of them would be a what the guild classifies as a rare species of Rathian called Golden Rathian, sorry. And another is one that devours a certain type of elder dragon called Rajang.
I have. Well, I have
Certain
not.
type of elder? I've
I-
never.
Yeah. Would I know that much what type of elder dragon it eats? Or no?
I don't.
Or I just don't.
No, I don't think so because it was like a big plot point in World that they confirmed it. So I think it's rumored.
Rumored to eat an elder dragon.
but not confirmed.
Yeah, it's like a rumored to eat a certain type of elder dragon. Not been confirmed.
I don't think the forest Nira grew up in was mountainous enough to have a Rajang in it. So I don't
Yeah,
think she's
yeah.
Yeah, well, there's also the concern if it's a variant, and that variant is more powerful.
I do not. I've never heard of this Golden Rathian, but
It's
Rajang.
like it's under its classification. It's a rare species, which means they're hardly seen.
I do know what rare species are, but Rajang, I know. Well, every hunter, every member of the guild worth their salt has heard of Rajang.
Mm-hmm.
Though, if I
For you, Nirba, think of it as a fanged beast classification that uses thunder.
Rajang is a monster that is feared universrsally, both amongst the guild, amongst the Helix, amongst monsters. It may not. Well, it's still quite a large monster, but comparatively, it may not be large in stature, but it is known to be one of the most aggressive and ill-tempered monsters out there.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, I hope that it is not a Rajang, but
I mean,
if
it's a Rajang, well, or even, sorry.
If Golden is the thing we have to go off of, and I would assume for whatever you spoke to, if it lives underwater, to see it, it would have to either have seen it in the sunlight, or whatever was golden would have had the glow. That
actually,
Argus is going to try and, I guess, do a history check, because I would imagine he's heard stories of like certain monsters that kind of have that sort of shiny golden color, or like shine gold, but I would imagine he'd probably have to think to know. Really? Can I do a history check?
You could attempt to, but
Yeah, he's more so thinking of like stories he's heard of like gold or any sort of like golden creatures, but
you are making a history check, which
26.
I think it's hard. You're not as book smart as him. Hearing rumors is a lot of things. there's creatures you could think of, but they're like either desert creatures or you don't expect to see them near oceans.
The out of character, the two I am like mainly trying to think of is either A, Zinogre, or
Oh,
B,
yeah.
Basil Geese.
Basil isn't gold, but
Basil it's a bronzy gold sort of color. Like in the light, it would appear gold.
yeah, but no. I did think of Zinogre, which thought me of Thunderlord, which that is worse than Rajang.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I guess Zinogre does have. Sorry, that's my bad. I forgot.
So,
But
No, if it glows, if it's
so
thunder,
I'm gonna leave the discussion at this point because it is 10:30, and I think it's a lovely point to
Oh,
end the abysmal internet stream, but the recording here, for sure.
oh, fudge. Like,
And that way you guys have to stew on what she meant on that.
yeah.
Obviously,
if it's-
Mid, I assume you have a guess at what you talked to.
Oh, there's a lot of. Oh yeah. It's
I
a
have a
Nami.
guess.
Pretty sure it's a Nami.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, it's Namiel.
Okay, yeah, that actually that's another one makes sense.
Yerva also tried to matchmake with the captain, Namiel.
Oh my lord. Dude,
Hey, I mean they both have needle-like teeth. That's
She thought it was
a
funny.
Oh my. Listen. Oh. If it is actually, do we know what the environment we're going to? The environment type?
Like a tropical island to a mountainous area.
Oh. Oh.
Like-
fudge.
If you go back to the world map, which everybody does have access to.
Oh. If there's a. No, it is just Gold Rathian.
What you guys plan to is.
No. Yep, it would show up. That's. Oh, we are so dead either way.
Don't-
I mean, like, well, three things. Rajang, Furious Rajang, or Gold Rathian. Each one of those, we would die.
There's a certain bug you're not thinking of.
The
Yeah,
Great
that's Blake
Thunderbug?
Wayne. That's Blake Wayne.
No. The dragon specifically said it does not hunt. So makes me think of,
She didn't say it doesn't hunt. She just said it's not an Elder Dragon.
yeah, it's not an elder dragon, but I thought I heard said something about it.
I'm thinking of a certain feral insect. Makes mechs.
I mean, yeah, that too.
Oh, it's cold.
What? Oh, Actalca?
Oh, do you not know Atolka?
No, yeah. But why the? Oh, that's even worse.
Not an Elder Dragon.
It's not. Yeah, but so we have four candidates. Well, five.
Mid spouted out like 5 different ones in my DMs too.
Oh, what were?
Let's see. Desert Celtis Queen, Wrong Habitat, Baleful Giganox, Tiger Zamtrios, Capo Blenganga. Like, the color-wise, whether they're threats or not, like.
Yeah, I was like, I thought it said something about a threat and doesn't hunt.
Seregios.
Or- Oh,
He also said Tempered Seregios is about that color.
Oh, Temperate Seregios, like base. Are we still live?
It's great. Yeah, I'm in my stream here, guys. I will be back most likely in a couple weeks' time. We'll see when exactly, because I want to give you guys another game for too long, and I've been having fun with this, so we might end up having another double game, like one at the normal 2 weeks from now, and then so on and so forth. We'll see. In the meantime, stream, I will be back most likely tomorrow with some good fun streams, and I'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.